Hello, this is Warren King. About a month ago, I was inwardly led to come to Texas to live in an organic farm and retreat center. At this time, there was a virus going around the world in China. I decided when I moved on the 1st of March to not watch the news. I didn't watch the news for like 3 or 4 weeks, and I just lived in paradise. The way it's been for tens of thousands of years, living with animals and plants and trees and enlightened people. There's so many animals here. I feed the chickens and the ducks and the geese and the peacocks, the cats and the dogs and the rabbits and the lambs. And I'm present in the now. I'm turning on my feelings. And I'm learning so much about life, about God and spirituality through nature. I haven't been paying attention to this virus. What is this virus? It's a thought form. It's not even a living thing. It's a molecular structure. And yet we give it so much power. It has no life. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't move. It can't even reproduce itself. It takes over something else's cells to reproduce itself. It's a thought form. And this one seems to have a strong thought form of fear. An inordinate amount of fear. I'm not going to comment on the virus. I started going down that route of the conspiracies and the over... Oh, it's baby. Baby the lamb was raised by people. Its mother rejected it. Its mother rejected it, so it lived with people. It was bottle fed from a baby. And it loves humans. It thinks it's human. Every time I pass by, it screams, "Ma! Ma!" It's like the mother energy. Every language uses the word ma almost, like ima in Hebrew, or mama in South America, or mom in America. So it's calling for the mother energy. And I've been reflecting on how much of the Bible is based on shepherds and sheep and lambs. It's amazing. It's such a teaching. They're such gentle creatures. She follows me wherever I go. She frolics and dances and jumps. Hey, lambies, food. Now, these two other sheep were not raised with people. They were raised in nature, and they were scared of people. The first day I got here, almost one of the first days, we had to change them to a new location, a new pasture. And these ones were so scared that I actually literally had to tackle them as they jumped over me and force them into their new pasture. But every time I feed them and pet them and nurture them and gentle with them, they learn to trust me. It says, the sheep know my voice, the lambs know my voice. Like a little girl came here, a 5-year-old, to feed them the other day, and they wouldn't go anywhere near her. But they're used to me. They know my voice. They know my energy. And they know every day I feed them every day, and they let me touch them now. And they let me groom them. It's interesting in the Bible that when Jesus was born as an infant, it was the shepherds were the first ones to perceive the Christ consciousness on this planet. They were intuitively guided to know that the light had descended. But they were used to working with these gentle, loving creatures and being attuned to their needs and attuned to their consciousness. Jesus said to his disciples, "Feed my lambs." He said many times, "Feed my lambs." They know my voice, they follow the good shepherd. So people were used to be attuned to nature. And after over a month here, I put down my cell phone. I haven't recorded anything in a month. That was all pre-recorded things. If you listen to my recordings, all pre-recorded in February. So I've been away from virus consciousness into presence with animals. My mind is slowing down, feeding the animals, planting the garden, speaking enlightened speech with enlightened people. There's no sense of distancing or wearing masks or fear of thought forms or viruses. It's just being present with what is in nature, which is our best teacher. So I just wanted to share with you that you don't have to live in a state of fear. God's presence is everywhere in the universe. If you're home with your family, you can reflect on this moment. You can learn how to meditate and go deeply. I don't even want to go on the computer anymore. I listen to the frogs at night. I listen to the crickets. I watch the stars. I watch the sunset. That's satisfying. I don't need entertainment. I don't need video games. I don't need games. I mean, every day here is a game. Like this whole fenced area, we had to build here. And we had to figure things out and be creative. And then when we moved the lambs this time, I just had to walk and they followed me to the new location, to greener pastures. This is high grass. Yesterday they moved to this higher grass area. They were ecstatic having greener pastures. So we have greener pastures ahead of us, which is in the present moment. I watched a movie on St. Francis the other day, Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon, which is probably my favorite movie. He brought back the basic teachings, all the pomp of Rome and all the great jeweled temples. He taught trust in God for today. They were simple beggars. They trusted God would deliver them food every day. And if they didn't have food, they would fast and still rejoice in God. So if you have financial limitations right now, if you feel like you're losing your job, God will supply everything you need. He does it for the birds and the flowers and the bees and the spiders. Everything gets what it needs. Trust the inner guidance of your feelings. That's the main thing I'm learning now. It's feelings that's most important. It's not thoughts, it's not concepts, it's not ideas, it's not knowing, it's not I think, it's I feel. What do you feel? Our feelings are at the level of a 3 to 5-year-old. They're not complex. And who doesn't get this virus? People under age 10. Do you know that 15,000 children die on this planet every day from all sorts of things like war and famine and plague? But how many children have died of this virus on the whole planet? 0. And what are children? They're like the lambs. They play, they frolic, they dance, they have fun, they make games, they live in the moment, they joke, they play tricks, they're fun, they're full of life. Be thee as a little child and be in the kingdom, which is the consciousness of the now, which is all you ever had. There is no future. It's all in your mind. There is no past. It's all in your mind. There's just this moment. And the trust that this moment will evolve into the next moment and the next, and everything will take care of itself. So I just wanted to share this with you and my experience here. It's possible to be in bliss. It's possible to be at peace. It's possible to know your God presence and let it act through you. So enjoy your day. This is Baby, this black one Lammy, and if you have an idea for the name of this big middle one, you could submit a name. Maybe we'll use your name and call it something. All these animals are so individual. I never really realized how animals are so individual, just like people. They're really not lesser creatures. It's just a different vibration, a different consciousness. And they all deserve love and care. And they all can learn and grow, just like us. Warren King, signing off.